Okay, Stein. Hi. There are two basic construction types of houses in the Bahamas, actually in the Caribbean. You either choose to go with wood or you choose to go with concrete and block. And I chose to go with concrete and block because concrete and block, no matter what happens weather-wise, it just sits there. Providing it's built correctly, then you don't have any problems. This is the place I'm staying in at the moment. You can see that and I won't do this any particular logical way. I'm just going to do this as I'm looking at the house and think of things. Okay, so the house is block construction. You keep the windows small so that a single piece of 8-foot by 4-foot plywood can be fitted in the event that you needed to organize window protection for a hurricane. The house is built on raised up. This house is raised up about 1.5 feet. That my house in the Bahamas, in Sandy Point, was raised up 4 feet. You look at whatever the expected flood surge might be in the event of a tsunami or in the event of something like that, a hurricane, and just double it, and that's pretty much how you get your figure. Okay, next you'll notice that the windows, so you start off with you dig a foundation and you pour the foundation, and then you put up enough block to build up to the level that you want. You fill that in with sand or with coral or whatever happens to be available locally, and then you pour the slab for the foundation, for the floor, and then you start building up from there. Now, what you should be aware of is that all of these, the corners in this house, although there's block there, it's actually poured concrete with steel reinforced rebar in it, and it goes up and around at the top. So the actual roof is sitting on poured concrete as well. It's not just sitting on slab. The whole building design has been approved by the Bahamas government as being the minimum necessary in order to get an approval. And you'll take a look that even the columns here on the porchways are poured concrete. You just purchase a tube, 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, however thick column you want, put some rebar down the center of it, and then you just pour it in place. Now, all of the cement here is not done pre-mixed. All of the cement is bought onto site in bags, and the guys who build the house for you mix the concrete. I've seen it done without a concrete mixer. So these guys expect that to happen that way. It's a luxury if you have a cement truck arriving with poured concrete. The guy who owns this place told me that the pathway here was all done with cement bags. You can probably tell a little bit from the side, but anyway. Okay, so the porch is raised, a concrete porch is raised. We've got concrete pillars, and you'll notice that all the windows are Bahamian windows, and we'll take a look at that from the inside, but there's a reason for that. They're very, very strong, they're resilient. We made the mistake of not using them, and we regretted it for all sorts of reasons. These things are designed to be exposed to salty air. Okay, the doors are uniquely Nassau. We didn't have any screen protection like that, bar protection on the door. They're just worried that they might get some sort of a bad person come around. On the outer islands, we didn't worry about that at all. So we've got a solid door. You'll notice that the door opens inward and not outward. We made that mistake. We had all our doors opening outward. And if you're on the coast and you get a lovely breeze in off the ocean, you open the door and the door slams open because it catches the breeze. There's a reason behind everything here, which I discovered through just hard mistakes. Okay, so you'll notice that the windows in the bedrooms, that's a bedroom right there. The window level is higher in the bedroom than it is in the living room. There's a reason for that. We won't need to go into that, but that's a design feature. It gives you privacy from people walking by, and if you have a house on the beach, people walk by. We made the mistake of putting everything at this level here, and so we had to end up putting net curtains or some other type of shuttering that would stop people from looking in at night when they were walking along the beach or walking past the house. So there's a reason why that is done, and you'll notice when we go inside that there's no standard type of shutters that you might be used to. Okay, so This house is approved. The designs are all approved. You keep it really cheap because you go down to the building and land office that has a responsibility for the area that you're building in, and you just choose one of their generic plans that have already been approved and have already been certified, and so you pay a few $100 and you get yourself a set of certified plans. We do not make the mistake that all of the Europeans make, why they come in and they build their own custom house. Then what has to happen is it has to be certified and approved by a Bahamian certified architect, and that will cost you easily 9 grand. So the secret is that you buy the type of plan for what you're trying to do. Let me turn this around. You buy the type of plan for what you're trying to do. Now, there's nothing stopping you modifying it once you've got the basic structure up. We added a laundry room on the side of one, and we actually went up one complete floor. We made sure that the foundation we put in was big enough to carry 2 floors. We got to the first floor, and I didn't want to do it, but my ex decided that we could rent out the bottom and live upstairs. So for her, it was a rental decision. These people have done a similar thing here. They've taken a standard house, which is a 2-bedroom house, and they've converted it into a 4-bedroom, 2-unit house. And if we look here, we'll see that that's where they live, and this is what they rent out. And so they're paying their mortgage by the Airbnb rentals that they make. So let's go inside, and I don't know if, let me quickly take a look around the back here. Oh yes, okay, if you take a look at the soffits, you'll see that the soffits are very, very simple plywood, and you've got some basic standard venting, and the way that the roof is actually attached to the top of the concrete is there are straps that are embedded in the concrete and wrap around each of the joists out there. You'll also notice that there is a deliberate reasoning behind a very, very flat pitched roof. Now, the only thing I would do differently here is once I had got the shingle laid down, which is the cheapest way of doing it, it's the easiest way. It's the easiest way of transporting the stuff to a remote location is boxes of shingles. The only thing that I did differently is once the shingles were up, I painted the roof white using a plastic paint which reflected almost all of the sun. And I don't understand to this day why people in the tropics have roofs that are not white. Anyway, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to go inside now and do a video for you inside, and if you've got any questions, then just message me. Okay, while we're out here, we'll take a look really quickly at something else I've seen. They air conditioned each of the bedrooms using this type of air conditioning system. You'll notice that the actual compressor unit is raised up off the ground and mounted on the wall. That is in case you get a storm surge coming through here, and then it keeps all of your precious electronic stuff up and out of the way. So you've got the unit on the outside, and then it pumps through to the actual air dispenser on the inside, which makes the whole thing very, very quiet. It also means that each room can be separately air conditioned as you need it. And as is always the case in the tropics, all of this is designed to be fully opened so that you can have the breeze coming through as much as possible. And it's March now, and it's perfect inside. I mean, I haven't slept with the air conditioning on once yet, but then I like the tropics and I'm used to it. Here you can see the window open, and we'll take a look at how that works when I get inside. Okay, all right, let's go inside now and take a look.